First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. First carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Desmond Trufant.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
A first down throw for Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. From the 10, first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Tajae Sharpe. Touchdown.
Tajae Sharpe. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
It is good.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson. So that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Complete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Ngakoue on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Left side completion to Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
They snap it to Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick, because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Working out of the gun, Cousins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. 16 yards, a first down.
Vikings.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Give to Cook out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
On the carry.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 17, Cousins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by the rookie, Jeff Okudah. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
For first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
First down, and they go with Swift again. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
39-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 39, Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Lions, nothing. Jack Fox in punt formation.
On 4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Christian Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Third down.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Agnew now to return. It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Lions will take over.
19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, Stafford. Incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught at the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
6-yard line.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And they got the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Lions, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down carry here for Johnson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Anthony Harris.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Jones has it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
22-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's tackled at the 30.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
It's 3rd and 2.
Now Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. A throw for Galladay. He's going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Cousins. And has it, the tight end. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins. Into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins. That's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Lions nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And they will take a knee here.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken in the end zone. And the half will begin with its Touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency.
Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point after.
You start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. Right? This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
To Kenny Galladay. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 5.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Swift. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Kerryon Johnson.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. that's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 40 now on second down. Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Stafford took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a first and 10. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. It's a room to maneuver. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. 25 yards. And the Lions are in for 6. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll buy some time right. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Gun, it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The one with the dive look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. He'll have a first down past the 40. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Anthony Barr.
He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Stafford. Almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now.
For the Lions.
Look at this, it's a fake. Again, it pays off. They get the first. The result there is the offense is going to come back on the field. A first down as they get 12 on the fake punt. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Johnson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Jaleel Johnson made the tackle.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
7.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Stafford. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Operating from the gun, Stafford to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Amendola, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They toss it out right to Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Vikings 35.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high school. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson from the shotgun. That's taken in. It's B.C. Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
B.C. Johnson.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First down.
Here's Madison running on first down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
25, Alexander.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Alexander Madison, the ball.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Smith Jr.
Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set him back 5. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return, here's Agnew. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Covered by Prince Amukamara.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Stafford on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again. Stafford will try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll get him down right about the 20. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
Ball carrier. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Vikings 35, Lions 21.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 26.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Going to run with Madison again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
A gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. On second down, this is Madison. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
And it's 3rd down.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is fielded at the 7. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. That will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford. Open man, he's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
To T.J. Hockenson.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
38-yard line.
Now a desperation throw deep. It's caught inside the 25. But he is down deep in the Minnesota territory. 1st and 10 at the 11. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.